How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG. It ended up having a pullback inside of the market just like many other stocks. But one of the things I want you guys to be aware of, what type of price action could we potentially see going into tomorrow? So I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing I'm going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what was the buying and the selling behavior like on the retail side and the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $2.74, being down 7.12%. On the low, it tested $2.72, and then on the high, testing $3.07. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, we ended up trading at 10.441 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 16.225 million shares. And the first thing you want to take notice of, we did have below average volume on the day, and it's part of the reasons why we ended up seeing some selling pressure inside of the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 33.62. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 100-day, the 50-day, the 200-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So as far as the price action that we are seeing from BBIG, we are in a bear market. I think I pointed that out in the previous video as well. But what we want to see is strength. So we did end up having a red day pulling back to $2.72. So going into tomorrow, worst case scenario, if we end up having a further pullback, we're going to want to see that support hold up at 260 and as well right here around 250. I think having price action above 250 is essential for BBIG. As far as for the high of the day, which we confirmed already, this $3 level is a psychological area. It takes a lot of buying volume and a demand to be shown for us to be closing above 3. So one thing that we want to pay attention to, if it starts to look strong, then we want to see a move going here to $3.28. This would be a resistance area which we've talked about in the past, and if we can gain momentum above that, I would love to see us reclaim the 21-day EMA at $3.44. But in the meantime, if it wants to continue to consolidate within this range, as long as it stays above 250, I'm not mad at that either, because at least when we have more volume and there's more demand, or if we have a catalyst that comes through the stock, then we can look forward to seeing that strong move we're looking for, and also essentially looking for that gap fill right here at $3.77. So let's see how BBIG performs going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information for BBIG. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it's at 56.97%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 5.22 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 10,000, and then when we take a look at the short borrow fee rate, it is at 23.25, which was updated 17 minutes ago for both. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of December the 7th, it was at 51.47. And then for the close of December the 8th, which was yesterday, it went up and it's at 56.97. So one thing that is very clear, BBIG does have short squeeze potential, and there's a lot of shorts who are vested in this play. And it's part of the reasons why you see the volatility, and you have to make sure that you're timing your entries correctly, especially if you're looking at it from a day trading standpoint. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow flow distribution for BBIG. So we can see here on the inflows at 3,857, and then on the outflows at 6,143. So clearly we had an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, it was 1,400 on the large. On the medium, it was 1,703, and then on the small, it was 754. When we take a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 2,739. On the medium, it was 2,552, and then on the small, it was 853. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, December the 9th, it being negative 1,338.64. When we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders, which represents the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then on the large, which potentially can represent institutions, we had more selling than we had buying as well. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 10.83%. So what this tells me, there's a lot of traders that are going in and out of this play, and there are also many who are selling out their positions overall, and we noticed this when taking a look at the order flow. But one thing that was clear, and what I talked about in previous videos, it is continuing to hold up above 250. So if we have consolidation in this range and we can get back to the $3 level, things can get interesting, and it's part of the reasons why I say keep this play on your watch list. So let's get into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, in order for us to start seeing a strong bullish reversal, of course we got to reclaim the $3 range, and then I want to see a move going to $3.30 and then getting above $3.57. So essentially we could look forward to getting that gap fill at $3.77. But there has been a lot of volatility inside of the market, and us closing at $2.74 and testing a low of $2.72 is where we have to keep an eye, because this shows us there's some consolidation that is going on. The moment I start saying this play starts looking very bearish, even though it is below our major moving averages, is when it falls below 250. So that's something you're going to want to be aware of. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. So this is why volume is so important for a play like this to really start taking off. And due to the fact that the markets have been very volatile, we've been seeing a lot of selling pressure in small cap stocks, and BBIG has to prove to us that it's able to actually hold its own, so it needs to stay above $2.50. So let's see how the market conditions are going into Friday. I know it's going to be extremely volatile with all the updates that are going to be coming out, but I will keep you guys inside of the loop when it comes to this play, so we'll be talking real soon.